Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, the Two Opinionated podcast could really use your help. And it's easy, it's free. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, imdb.com, named us a top 100 podcast. We came in at number 82. That's a big deal because there's 15 million podcasts and growing. So to be named to anybody's top 100 list, pretty big deal for us. And the way you can help is to go to imdb.com, look up the Two Opinionated podcast, and that's it. Just bringing our page up. That traffic really helps us out. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. All we ask is that you subscribe. It's also free, but that really helps us to attract these amazing guests that we keep bringing on the program. And that's it. 2 easy ways for you to support us, and we would really appreciate the help. Now let's get to that interview. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Two Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I've got actress and singer Jessica Darrow with me. So welcome, Jess.
Hi.
You've already shocked me because off camera, we were talking that one of your first film, the Feast of the Seven Fishes, was filmed in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. It
Up
sure
around
was.
Morgantown in Fairmont. Unbelievable.
Yes. Are you by Morgantown?
Now, we're 2.5 hours away.
Okay.
But now my dad, my brother, and my daughter have all graduated from WVU. So
It's really beautiful.
I know. I'm a Marshall grad, so I was down, Marshall's the other university in West Virginia.
I heard about the rivalry.
Oh, yeah. Big
I
rivalry.
was made privy to it. Yeah, it was
Well, you've
very
probably seen the
necessary
movie.
that I knew.
You've probably seen We Are Marshall, haven't you?
No, I haven't. Oh gosh, I'm embarrassed. Okay, I'm gonna watch it immediately. I can't stand it when you've seen something. Yeah, I can't stand it when you've seen something that I haven't. That's my
Yeah,
homework
you
assignment.
have to see it. It's a
Anything to
true
get the West
story.
Virginia culture into my blood, I gotta go look at that.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you learn how to do a West Virginia accent?
Oh gosh, you're just trying to embarrass me. That's amazing already immediately. Well, I feel like I got general practice by the amount of times I was singing Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. And that's about it. And that's all I'll do for you for free.
I felt pretty good about that, though.
Okay, thank you so much. It really, like, you seldom does one get the opportunity to sing about the place they're in.
If you're in West Virginia and don't sing Country Roads, there's something
Mm,
wrong.
there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when did it film? Were you in the fall? Did you get to see the leaves change color?
No, I was there at a very um, quiet time of the year, dead of January.
Oh, it's a terrible
And
time.
yes, and like remember I told you I was so I stayed in a pretty schnazzy hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You may have heard of it. It's very exclusive. It's called the Super 8.
I'm so happy
Right?
that we rolled out the red carpet for you.
Yeah, well, yes, and that's one thing that West Virginia knows how to treat a gal. And I
I
had
mean,
the
they could
best
have at
time
least
there.
put you in the Red Roof. Red Roof, you get the movies that are
Yes,
still in the theater.
the movies. Gosh, wow. You know what? I've only been to a Red Roof in one time, and I was very young, and I don't remember that aspect.
Yeah.
That bang for your buck. Come on now.
I mean, yeah. Well, we used to, back when my wife and I were dating first got married, we would go to Jimmy Buffett shows. We'd travel around and see Jimmy Buffett.
Oh,
And up until the kids left the house, we were like everybody else. We were struggling with money, so we stayed at the Red Roof all the time, and that was why, because at least you got movies.
that is such a wonderful piece of info to now know for myself as well. And
If you
that's
got to
really
go
romantic.
budget, you might as well go with the one that's got the movies.
You might exactly.
You know?
Wow. That is funny. Well, the Super 8 definitely treated me well,
Well, that's good.
nonetheless. But I would like jog around it because they didn't have a gym. which is cool. Yeah, don't need a
You know,
gym. I
those type of hotels, they're best when you're younger. As you get older,
yeah.
you're like, I kind of want a little bit more.
Yes, they're best when you're younger. Yeah, me making a huge meal every morning out of the like continental breakfast, which is just like Fruit Loops and toast.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
maybe a
wow,
bagel.
look at this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a real just stale bagel. And I'm like, wow, this is just fit for a king. It was
Living the
just,
life.
but I really did like, I was like, this is the life of a movie star. And I remember thinking, gosh, that like it's all up from here, baby. And you
That's
know
right.
what?
No looking
She
back
ebbed and
now.
flowed, but it was up from there. It didn't not go down and then up again, but but it was.
If you were staying in a red roof, what kind of movie are you looking for?
All right, this is a very
So I'll give you
interesting
this.
question.
The last time I stayed in a red roof, this will tell you how long ago it's been. It's probably been close to 20 years ago.
Mm,
Um, we watched Jennifer 8.
mm.
Was that the one? No, Jennifer's Body. That was it.
I was like
Megan
Jennifer
Fox.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jennifer
I
8, I
thought
think,
I
was
thought
Uma
you
Thurman.
meant
That was back in like the
oh,
80s. No, I think Jennifer's Body. That was the last one.
Jennifer's Body is a good hotel movie to
That's what I'm
watch.
saying. That's a
Yeah.
red roof in movie.
Except I won't lie. I feel like I when I'm in any type of motel, hotel, Holiday Inn situation, I want to watch something like really stupid on cable.
So
That
like a
because I
reality show.
no, reality TV is very prestigious to me and must have full attention paid, and I must take it very
Well,
seriously. I
what
cannot
kind
watch
of
that as
reality are you watching though? Are you watching like Housewives? Are you watching
I'm watching
Survivor?
I'm watching everything. I love it all. But you see, the reason for my affliction is because I'm an actor.
Yeah.
It truly feels like a brain release when I watch like unscripted quote
Yeah.
unquote material, and I'm not thinking about like I don't know. I'm not like judging the acting or cinematography or like
I
I'm not.
totally get that.
Yeah, it's like a way to like literally turn off my
Yeah.
brain, which I enjoy thoroughly. And it's also like Real Housewives is very Shakespearean in my opinion. The storylines, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City,
Yeah.
oh, the
Well, I
things that
will
go
say
on.
that that's not something I would normally watch. But
Hmm. Hmm.
if you put it in front of me, I'd probably get hooked pretty quick,
And
which
it's just
happens to
about the
everybody.
openness. Yes. It's just about the openness, Michael, and that's what matters, and that's what makes you remarkable. Be open to being changed by reality TV.
Well, see, my reality TV tends to be more like a Survivor type of show.
I love Survivor
Me
too.
too.
I love a game. Have you seen Traders
Yes.
with
Yes.
Alan
My
Cumming?
my kids
Oh,
got me on the to that one. That was pretty good. Isn't
that's
it?
a good family bonding
There's a new
show in my
season
opinion.
coming out, I think.
Yes, with amazing what I love about that show is their focus on diversity, and by diversity I literally mean all different kinds
Yeah.
of reality TV. Like someone who's famous for just being famous, someone who is famous for doing nothing,
Yeah,
someone,
that's
who
true.
actually is really
Yeah.
skilled and athletic. Yeah. So it's like, and then they literally have people from RuPaul's Drag Race. Like it's truly a gorgeous, well-rounded. You've got some people who are good at the personality, some people who are good at
All
strategy.
right, you're kind of convincing me. I may need to start watching some
Yeah,
reality
yeah,
TV.
you could get into
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I know I could. It's kind of like
Yes.
video games. That's why I don't play video games because it's a
Oh,
time suck.
oh my God. Yeah, I remember when I first played GTA at the very inappropriate age of 10 years old.
Didn't you voice a character for them?
I did. Yes,
I
I
don't think you were 10 years old when you were doing it, though.
no, no, I wasn't 10 when I did that voice. No, you're right, you're right. But you know what? I've always been manifesting it since day one because obsession is a form of
That's right.
manifestation. Okay,
That's
you can
right.
quote me on that.
That should be a
But
t-shirt.
yeah, right. Listen, I could tell you a lot of things that could be on a t-shirt. But
Okay.
watching,
Okay. We may be
oh,
opening a business.
oh, okay. In this economy, great idea. Yes. Also, I am so distracted by, is that the Hulk, behind you?
It is the Hulk behind me.
Wow. Which
So
Hulk
so
is
here's
that?
here's the idea with this, right? I'm a Star Trek fan,
Uh-huh.
right? And I'm also a Santa Claus is Coming to Town fan. If you remember the old claymation Christmas special. So it had the
Wow.
villain in that special was called Meister Burger Burgermeister. So that's the Meister. And then
Uh,
Khan comes from Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. Is so the idea is that I wanted a bunch of characters looking like they were yelling Khan, like Kirk does in here, like Kirk does in the
oh,
movie.
they really do all look like that.
I know, I know. It's like one
Oh
of
my
the
God, and
few good ideas
Chewbacca
I've ever had.
too. One of the few good ideas. He's
I
chock
see. I
full of good
peaked too
ideas.
early.
You peaked too early. What does that look like?
This,
This was, oh yeah,
this
creating
was it.
this was your peaking too
Yeah,
early.
that was it. That was my one good idea, and I wasted it on that.
No, no, it's good. It's no, there's more to come, more to come. With a collage like that, I know there's more
I
in
know.
that brain of yours.
It's like maybe lightning will strike twice. Who knows? You never know. Oh, I've got before we move on to
Mm.
discuss your stuff. Not that the Red Roof's not worth the conversation,
Yes.
but I've
Yes.
got since you're looking for stuff that isn't actually acting, so you can kind of take a break, right? So I've
Mm.
got one that might work. There's a show, and it's about 15 years old, and it only ran a couple of seasons, but it's on Hulu, and it's called Quick Draw. Okay, so
Mm.
it's a comedy set in the Old West, but the entire show is improvised.
Mm.
So it's like the guy that wrote it, he just set the scene, and then the actors, it's just whatever they came up with that, which I
Oh,
think
I
is why it only
like
ran
that.
2 seasons because
Ah,
because it probably took forever to film, but it's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It's pretty good,
Oh, I bet.
but it's not
Okay, thank you for
scripted.
that
So
rec.
there you go.
I love unscripted.
I know,
Yes. Thank you.
I know. Do you are you good at improvisation?
Improv?
Yeah,
Well, yes, I'd like to think so.
I think improv's
Um,
hard.
it is very hard. I was on an improv team in high school.
Mm,
So I very much, I really enjoy musical improv as well. Honestly, I feel like I'm better at musical improv than anything else because it's the combination of like the things I feel like I'm best at. And when I'm singing, it's almost like I don't have time to think. It's like pushing me to just like say what's like on my
yeah.
mind next. Um, and we did a lot of that. I did that in summer camp as well.
Well, yeah,
And
but were
now,
you like were you the good type of improv troupe, or were you the
were you
the
guys just
mean
like
type?
shit?
You know what I mean? Like you walk into the room, you're like, "Give me a city."
Oh my God, give me a city. Oh God, when they ask too
Give
much
me
of
a
the
thing.
audience. Yeah, yeah. Well,
And the whole class is just like, "Oh."
yes, yes. I totally know what you're describing. And unfortunately, I have to tell you, we were both.
I
We
figured.
very much, well, every good improv troupe has to have its humbling moments.
That's right. That's right.
And I learned a lot from this improv troupe, and I made a lot of great friends, but it certainly translated into um, helping me out when I need something on the fly whenever I'm
Right.
working or doing other interviews. Present day, I feel like I'm really good at just I don't know. I'm like knocking on wood. I'm pretty good at staying afloat improv wise, and I do enjoy it. But if I were to be put on a stage and like doing it voluntarily, would I choose to do that now? No, but I do enjoy when
Well,
it's
now I
silly.
kind of hope I get to see you in something where you're
Yeah.
having to do that.
Well, I have improvised a few lines that have made it into I mean my the TV show that I did and into
Cool.
Encanto as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
That's kind of
so
nice. It
yeah.
well, and I had heard, you tell me I'm probably wrong, but I had heard that when you were doing surface pressure, you got to change stuff up a little bit. Is that
Mm.
true?
Well, it wasn't like fully, it certainly wasn't changing any like lyrics or anything like that. I think um probably what not like like changing it, but almost I really had to take the time to discover my personal connection to it, I think, because I felt it right away and it was such a vulnerable place to go to. And I was focusing on trying to sound perfect just because I really wanted to like do well. Like, this is an insane job of a lifetime. Like, what am I doing? Originating a song and like
When you get to
listening
work with Lynn, I mean, not bad.
I was literally listening to Lin-Manuel Miranda's personal like voice recording and I'm like learning it. I was like, what is this?
That's very
And
surreal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I, in as far as in terms of changing things, when I would sing it in a way, the more I like grounded it in my like true sound and like what felt like I was like singing a monologue essentially,
Yeah.
you know? I think we talked about like shortening certain notes or like we just doing different parts and different places of my voice. Like it was an open conversation in terms of
Right.
like what certain vocal techniques would like convey certain emotions. Like some things would be, you know, like spoken, sung, or, you know, something would
Right.
be super belted out at the top of my lungs.
Right.
And yeah, so there certainly weren't changes for me, but the process was so remarkable and wonderful because of how much they paid attention to who I was and my sound, and we worked together to make this finished product that I still am like, what? How did this happen? I like did
It's
not.
pretty incredible.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be as catchy as it was. I think
Oh, it's
because
a
I
catchy
never.
song. I mean, it's one of those that the adults get stuck singing it because
Yes,
it just sticks in
everyone.
your head.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty relatable premise, I think.
I was telling you about my oldest. She says that's her anthem. So her and
Oh,
her girlfriends, that's their anthem. That's there you
oh,
go. There you go.
that's, I mean, it is a lot of different people's anthems of different
It's well,
ages,
yeah,
which
it's a
is
good
really crazy.
empowerment song.
Yeah, you could listen to it at the gym, or you could, you know, listen to it crying in the car. You could,
Right.
you know, it really could go so many different ways.
You know things have went awry if you're sitting crying in a car.
Well, you
That's and we've
know,
all been there, but that's not
well,
good.
sometimes it's cathartic, at
It is
least.
cathartic. See, I'm glad you said that because that's how I look at that. I'm a very emotional guy, so I'll cry on occasion, and a lot of times I feel a ton better once it's done.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, as a
literally like
guy, you always
purging.
fight against it, but then
Ugh.
once you cry, you're like, yeah, I feel better. Should have done
Yeah, and it's terrible that men feel socialized to not show their emotions
it. I
because,
think it is too,
oh,
and
it's
I'm
totally.
lousy at it. I come from a family of emotional men, so
Mm,
I just own it. You know,
yes, but the thing is, people love people who own things at the end of the day.
I just own it.
Okay?
You know, there's
Yeah, just
nothing
own it.
better than a good cry and a good laugh.
Yes, a good cry and a good laugh. I think they give me the same like feeling of endorphins
I
afterwards,
think so
honestly.
too.
Yeah. Or have you ever laughed so hard you start like really crying?
Listen.
You said you're telling me.
Let me tell you, this is where I come from. This will give you an idea of what happens when I get tickled. So my
Milk out the nose?
yeah, well, no, not quite that bad, but my dad, when he gets laughing, like really tickled, he passes out. Right. So I remember like when I was younger, him and mom went to a movie and it was a Jerry Lewis movie and
Mm.
it tickled him so bad he passed out and kind of rolled down the aisle.
Not kind of rolled down the aisle.
He just
He
rolled down the
rolled
aisle.
down the
Well, and
aisle.
then there was another time, you know, he was at the fire station playing poker and they called. They were like, "You need to come pick him up." He was laughing and passed out.
He was. Did you inherit any of those
Well, I
similar
don't pass
traits?
out, but I definitely get, you know, so tickled that I can't breathe. You know, I'm just dying.
No. Yes, yes, yes. I do understand that to the point of not being able to freaking
I
breathe.
love to laugh.
I love it too. I have laughed so hard I'm brought to hysterical tears.
Oh, I've done that for sure.
You're just like, ah.
And
And then you're like, what's happening?
there comes a point you don't know whether or not you thought something was funny or you just needed to cry.
That's exactly it. You've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly it. And like as you're crying, you're thinking about that and you're just like, wow, how did I
Hey,
get
I
here?
didn't ask. What was your musical growing up?
My favorite musical?
Yeah.
I was very obsessed with Sondheim, and I've always loved Into the Woods.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
one. Not enough people say that
yeah,
one. That's a good one.
yeah. Love, love, love Sondheim. But also I listened to a lot of Jason Robert Brown, like Songs for a New World,
Yeah.
and the last 5 years, I was so into the like solos, like singing very like and just being so dramatic. I performed those songs a lot for like theater
It's
competitions as a
shocking to
kid.
me that you were dramatic growing up.
Yeah, I know I get that a lot. So people change over time. Yeah, I contain multitudes.
That's right. There's a lot going on in there.
There's a
I can't
lot
pin you
going
down to
on.
one thing.
Yeah, you ever heard of a song called Surface Pressure? Oh my gosh. Um,
I hear
but
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, I also really love not to shout him out, but In the Heights was just my
No,
everything.
yeah, I was going to say, you had a little thing there before you got to actually work with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when I saw In the Heights
Yeah,
at, yes, Broward Community
yeah, I
Theater,
saw
and
those pictures. Pretty awesome.
yeah, oh my God, isn't that insane? And I like that we fully, like, essentially replicated it.
Yeah, it was
I
basically,
was
it's
just,
like one of those, like you retake the picture years later.
yes, I was, did you see me sobbing? I was sobbing in the photo. I was a
you
sophomore in high
you
school,
did look like you were sobbing.
and I was
You're
like,
just so happy.
ah, God, what is it about me? I can't help it. It was just meeting a celebrity isn't
Oh, I
really
know.
like that anymore, you know? It's
Yeah.
like it's so different, and also I think
There's
it felt
nobody. Is there
so,
nobody out there that's left that if you ran into him, you'd still get nervous?
oh, no, of course there are. I suppose, I mean, yeah, like Andrew Scott, the
Mhm.
actor, if I met
Yeah,
him, I would
I love some Andrew Scott. Yeah.
God, I wouldn't know what to do. He's just so talented. Issa Rae, I would definitely
Oh, she's
fumble over my
crazy
words.
talented.
Yeah, I mean, talk about jack of all trades. She's a fellow Capricorn sister and an inspiration.
What is
Um,
Capricorn? What's the month?
it is end of December, beginning of
That's right.
January.
That's right.
And I am a January Capricorn because end of December Capricorns have a Jesus complex.
Really?
And you can
Okay.
quote me on
All right.
that.
I'm a Scorpio, but just barely. I just
Oh,
barely got into
I
Scorpio.
love a Scorpio.
Yeah, yeah.
Scorpios are great, great. And we love a water sign too.
We do.
Yes, yes. And that's why you're
What is the
so
water sign?
emo.
What's a water sign?
Emotional.
Oh,
They're
yes.
known to be very
Well,
sensitive,
there you go.
but in tune with their emotions, like the waves of the ocean.
I wonder if that's why I love the ocean so much.
Well, yes, that makes a lot of sense,
It's
you
hard
know?
to you like looking at me, you couldn't tell.
Mm.
But if they had an Olympics for body surfing, gold medalist right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, that's a really cool
Even
flex.
at my advanced age, I'm still confident enough I could medal if they had the Olympics in body
Heck
surfing.
yeah. Heck yeah, I'm confident too. Body surfing, that's pretty,
I'm
that'll,
pretty sure that they'll never have that, so I think I'm safe. But
that's a core workout.
yeah,
Oh, I love body surfing when I was a kid. Now
can I
I
tell
don't
you
know.
my sad body surfing story?
Well, go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
it's not long. So
Mm.
when my wife and I first got together, and we'd been dating for about 6 months, and did introduced her to, or we introduced each other to our kids, that type of thing. So it was new, and we
Okay.
went on a beach trip, with the kids. So we went,
Hmm.
and the first trip we'd ever taken together. And I'm out there, showing off, doing my little body surfing thing because that's the one thing I'm
Showing
good at.
off.
I'm out there showing off, and there was this one wave, and I caught it, and I was like, "This is as fast as any human has ever went in the ocean." I was like, it's like I was shot out of a cannon. I was
And
like,
it was you.
it was
Wow.
so fast, and until I slammed into somebody. All right, I just slammed into somebody, and like it hurt me. It just shoved my head back.
You were
Just
like, this hurts me more than it hurts
yeah. And
you.
but I was afraid to come up because I was like, I've killed somebody.
Oh my,
I,
you're like,
I hit
what
that
has
so
just gone
hard.
on?
So I come out of the water, and it's my future wife. So she's standing there, and there's like snot running down her face. She's crying. I'd hit her right in the stomach and just knocked all the air out of her. Yeah,
And then
I
you
know.
married her?
Yeah, she stuck around. I
This
told her, I was like, you
is,
chose poorly.
oh my God. Wow. This is a success story if I've ever heard
Yeah.
one. Wow.
She took my best shot,
I
still
mean,
standing. That's pretty good
literally,
because I was like as fast as anybody has ever went.
wow. Okay, wow. And also that was, and yeah, your body surfing was so fast. It was the fastest anyone had ever went.
Ever.
But I think how Scorpio of you to be brought to the love of your life by water. Okay.
See, I didn't know the water connection.
Oh my
I'm gonna lean into
gosh.
that
Yeah, you got
because
to
I
know
really
your
do. I've
elements.
always, I feel at peace when I'm with the ocean or.
That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Yes, Capricorns are earth signs and I love nature and just like walking. I could walk for ages
Yeah, but
and I feel really
are you like
grounded.
running through the forest barefoot type of nature lover?
Well, no,
Just
no, certainly
outdoorsy.
not that. I really like to be outside.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my
I
wife's
could,
like that.
yes, I feel most grounded and like safe when I'm like walking on grass.
Yes.
Yeah,
I understand that. You're
want a lot of
connected to the earth.
green. Yeah, I want a lot of green around me.
That's right. That's right. So
Yeah.
so I spent like a half an hour, and people were probably wondering because I always start my interviews the same way, and I didn't start this one the
Oh,
same way. So I normally would ask how you got into acting.
mm.
How'd that come about? And why would you want to do that? Because it's such a difficult profession.
And why would I want to do that? I still don't know why. Oh, maybe it's because it's truly the only thing I know how to do.
I mean, were you what like growing up was your thought, I'm a I'm a singer, I'm a performer, I'm an actor. What were you wanting to do?
I have been reflecting on this a lot recently as I've been allowing myself to step into other art forms and storytelling. I've just been writing a lot more recently,
Oh, that's
and
good.
yeah, and I've spent a lot of time being scared of writing, but
Are you
it's
writing for music or writing for like plays or something?
writing writing like TV
Like
pilot
screenplays?
stuff and yeah,
Yeah.
screenplay stuff. And I have always told stories from a very young age. That's really been the passion, is to be able to tell stories that I can um like live out and act out like truthfully. And I used to write stories when I was younger in English class purposefully so that like they were written to be performed pretty much. And I always thought that perhaps I would end up being an author. I was so I had no reservations about just writing and writing, and I would create these crazy characters and
I kind of love that.
yeah, I really got into it. And then I sort of had the like, magic kicked out of me as I had to spend more time doing other things in school and allowing my imagination to wander. Didn't really have much space. And now I feel like I've been able to get back into that
Yeah.
space as I am. I mean, the SAG strike. I'm not sure if you're familiar with. You
Oh,
must be
oh
familiar with
yeah.
the union.
It
Yes.
definitely
Um,
affected the podcast because I couldn't interview a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. It affects
I went out
everything. Every
to LA to support some of my acting buddies out there. I was like, I'm coming out. I'm going to walk on the picket line with you. Well, the day,
Wow.
yeah, well, wait, the day I chose, it was 110 degrees. So I was like, I'm going to meet you after and
I'm
and
good.
and support you that way.
Yes, I'm gonna meet you after you go do that.
First drinks on me.
Oh my God. And then that is plenty,
It was
okay?
too
Do
hot.
not overpromise. No, no. The heat waves in LA have been insane. And that summer was definitely crazy. But yeah, just the perspective that these strikes were giving me and just the revealing of like I don't know, art being ran by streamers, by big corporations,
Yeah.
by people who, financial gain is truly just the
I
impetus for
think, don't you think
everything.
people are getting to the point now where we're tired of all that? We just want good stories with good dialogue. We don't need all the extra stuff.
Well, I certainly feel that way.
Yeah,
And, I know you feel that
I feel
way.
that way.
And what I'm trying to do about that is see if I can just write into the fire and put my own story or version of, or just a story that I know that only I can tell and no one can take away from me. And maybe, see if I allow myself to be vulnerable enough and strategic enough to make something that facilitates a message that not only makes me feel seen, but can allow other people to see themselves within it as well. The times are calling for this and so much more. There's like things are becoming so unveiled, the truth will always come out. And I think work that is genuine and is full of heart, whether it be super silly or something that is really, intense and dark, it's if you know why you are telling the story and like what you need to say, that's what's most important, and that will always come out. Like a show that has no thought behind it and is just adhering to, you know,
It's
like
just out there trying to
people
make
like
money.
just trying to make money, you can
Yeah.
just always tell what those projects are. And yeah, I'm just interested in like making things with heart. And so I'm exploring that realm right
I
now.
kind of love that. Good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
What if we did an improv superhero?
Oh
So
my God.
so 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 something happens and the only way you get your powers is somebody has to give you a power. So,
An
like you,
improv
instead of walking
superhero.
in, yeah. So you're improvising it. So they're just throwing that out there, flying,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is. And then that's what you can do for a little while.
Oh,
Improv
this is a good
superhero.
idea.
No,
Improv
it's a terrible
superhero.
idea, but it's an idea.
Listen, I'm just here to support you, my friend. We're in this together,
Which
dog eat dog world.
speaking of terrible ideas, I'm gonna give you another one, but this is just to benefit me. Just to
Mm,
benefit me.
all right, let's
So I
hear it.
gotta give you a quick story so you
Okay,
understand the context.
I'm ready.
So, okay. So I grew up, my best friend, his family owned this house, still own it, but it was built in the 1830s and it was supposed to be haunted. It was not, but it was supposed to be. Had
Okay.
all kinds of stories about it. Well, there was one of those haunted paranormal shows that wanted to film in West Virginia. And I had another good friend that was running the West Virginia film office. So they contacted him, said, "Do you have a location that's haunted?" He's like, "I got just the place." So he
Oh my
sends them to
God.
my friend's place, right? It's not haunted, but they they needed somebody outside of the family to verify that it was indeed haunted. And I was like, "Oh, that's me." I was like, "I grew up there. I can tell you all about it." So I told him all the stories. None of them were true. It was just made up. So
Uh-huh.
they'll tell on me, but none of it was
I
true.
won't. I mean, listen, you already said it on your podcast, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully somebody's listening, but so that they interviewed me on camera for a couple of minutes and I told my story and they're like, "Are you sure you weren't just imagining it?" And I was like, "Oh no." I was like, when something's real."
Oh my God.
So anyway,
You know.
that's just to tell you because the line, they put Mike Wall and then the tagline underneath me just says childhood friend. That's how they identified me for the interview. This is a
Ah,
childhood friend that's verifying that the house is haunted.
childhood friend. I'm also
Childhood friend.
going to start referring to you as childhood
Well,
friend.
okay. So see, after that, everybody was just killing me with memes and everything on childhood friend because they showed that episode. It was on Sci-Fi Network. They showed it nonstop for a couple years. I mean, it was
Oh my
on
God.
constantly. So that's what everybody
Wow.
started.
Famous.
I became known as childhood friend. So I say all of that. So when you get your stuff made, and I know it will be because it's going to be terrific, if you
Mm.
can just have a scene in there where you're just like, hey, I want to introduce you to my childhood friend, and it's me. I don't even need a speaking part. I just want,
Wow.
and
And just
nobody would
just a
get it.
cameo, just an appearance.
Yeah, and nobody would get it except for my little circle that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
think
yeah,
it was
yeah.
hilarious.
And all it would be is just like one quick scene. It would
That's
literally just
it.
be like,
Just a throwaway. Maybe
oh,
you're in a
okay.
bar or something.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't
Hey,
even
that's
have
my
to be.
childhood
It could be
friend.
anybody. Be like,
It's
hey,
I'm here with my childhood friend. Pan over to
I'm a
you at the
friend. And
bar.
then, yeah, I don't even need a speaking part because that would mess it up probably.
Wow,
So
wow, wow,
you just be
wow,
like,
wow, wow.
yeah.
I really, okay. I'm okay. I will keep that in
I mean,
mind and
it
I'll make it
depends.
as a
It
part of my
depends on how
contract.
small is too small. Because
Mm.
it'll have no meaning to outside of a couple dozen people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I prefer a small niche group of people who are enjoying your Easter egg.
They
I
get the
love,
joke.
yeah, they get it. I really like doing Easter eggs like that for my homies.
Okay, all right. Just something I'm
Okay.
putting out there.
Okay, okay, okay. I appreciate that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
just,
yeah. I
I
got it.
appreciate it. I just want to,
You're
just
right.
for me,
You're right.
because that type of stuff cracks me up.
Yeah, it cracks me up too. I love an Easter egg.
I can't believe you filmed Feast of the Seven Fishes here, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a film that I did back in 2017. So,
I'm gonna talk to
yeah.
my buddy. He may have still been running the film office. I wonder if he knew.
I mean,
It's
it's really good around
possible.
the holidays if you like holiday
Yeah, it's
movies.
possible. I mean, we loved you in 15 Love.
Oh, thank you. You were able to watch it?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
couldn't tell you
wow.
where I've seen it, but yeah, it seemed like it was something connected with this podcast. I got to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, well, it just became available in America.
yeah.
Um,
Because you were like
it was in London. I filmed it in London and it was just
Mickey or
on,
Mickey was that?
yeah,
Yeah,
Mickey
Mickey. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
is my character's name. Yeah,
How about that?
that was a
Well,
wonderful
and I saw
experience
you
too.
did. I've had some of the rest of the cast of Monster High. I saw you did a couple of those.
Yes, yes. I love doing Monster High. Playing Scalita was really cute. I also played her abuelita in the same scene when she's doing macrame, and I had forgotten that they had asked me to do the voice of the grandma, the abuelita. And
Yeah.
so I was watching my episode and I'm listening to the abuela and I'm like, wow, this voice actor really like so such a I was like this voice is really rough, like whose voice is this? And I'm like, wow, why does it sound kind of familiar? And I was like, oh, that is literally me. What? That is me sounding like a little Latina abuelita. I was like, ay, Escalita, I'm so proud of you no matter what. I'm like, what was I doing?
That was pretty good.
I was pretty, I must say, I was proud of my work. I am proud of my work, but
So
I had forgotten.
I'm a pawpaw. I've got 5 grandkids, but they call my wife is abuela, and they call
Uh,
her Abby because they can't say abuela yet. But I
oh,
kind of like that.
Abby is
Yeah, it's
cute.
pretty cute.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I did too. I was like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Although that Encanto sing along,
Mm.
the grandkids have worn me out on that.
Oh, the
They
Hollywood Bowl.
love singing with that.
Yeah. I wonder what it is. People were telling me it's like kids either like one or the other. They like the cartoon version or the live action, and
Some like both.
some like both.
But
But
well,
when you
like what I
see,
found is the older grandkids, they understand that there's
hmm,
somebody voicing,
exactly,
the cartoon's not real. They understand this. So when they see the person that's actually doing it, they get it. The
they
younger
get
ones,
it.
they don't really understand, but they have fun
Yeah,
singing anyway.
yeah, yeah. And it's probably so cool to sing along with the to see the singers themselves. Yeah, I get that. It's so funny because as it was happening, gosh, it was one of the hardest things I had ever done. It was so scary, and I'd never performed on the stage that big, like literally the Hollywood Bowl. And I think it just the whole thing seemed so like just too good to be true. Just so like, what on earth are we doing? I can't believe this. That I feel like I really didn't even process it till like, a year later. I
Did you
just
did
was.
it's a cartoon, but did you have to like bulk up for the role?
Yeah, they did tell me, they're like, if you really want this part, you got to bulk up.
You gotta
And
get in the
I,
gym.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, and then it
I
affects
did
my
like
vocal
that they
cords.
had
And
her like the hem of her dress. It had weights on it.
yes,
And it
the,
took me. I bet you I saw it half a dozen times before I noticed. I was
yeah.
like, hey,
Well, listen, the attention to detail, there are a lot of things you probably still haven't noticed. A lot of things I
Disney
probably still
does
haven't even
Easter
noticed.
eggs right.
Easter eggs, they are king of
Yeah,
Easter eggs. Yes.
they do really well with that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another reason I think it's so popular, or Disney shows are so popular with adults. Gives
Yes.
us stuff to look for.
Yeah, exactly. Give us stuff to look for. Yeah, so you don't get bored.
You don't get bored. Although,
Yeah, yeah.
Disney movies, they're pretty solid. The track record's pretty good.
Yeah, I usually yeah, you never have to worry about those things. Inside Out too, incredible.
That was a good movie. I
Hmm.
mean, both of them, but I really
Both
enjoyed
of
it.
them. Yes.
What was your Disney movie growing up?
I loved the Goofy movie and I loved Hercules.
I love that you said the Goofy movie.
I loved the Goofy
My
movie.
daughter, her favorite was Hercules. She loved Meg.
Yes, same. I love Meg. I remember when I heard her sing for the first time, even just speak. She's like, "Hey, lover boy." I was like, "Wow, like this deep voice and this girl is so beautiful. Like that, could I do that? Could like with my deep voice? Is that
Apparently,
possible?" Apparently, yes. Yeah, pretty meta. Listen, it's still not lost on me. But yeah, those are my two favorites growing up. I always sang "I Won't Say I'm in Love," and I love doing all the parts of the gospel choir, the Greek
I was
chorus.
a big fan of the
Oh,
Hercules movie. The Is My Hair Out? Love that part.
yes, yes. Is my hair out? Yes, the flame.
Well, and they had the like your the song mentions Hercules and Cerebus, which
Uh-huh.
was in the movie,
Which
the
was
Hercules
literally
movie,
in the movie.
which I guess is an Easter egg, but I enjoyed that one.
Yes, it certainly is.
Yes. There was another one I wanted to mention that I thought was really oh, when you were auditioning, you did the I'll Make a Man Out of You, which is like my favorite Disney song ever. I
Really?
love that song.
Yeah, well, I thought it
Donny
would be a good
Osmond.
idea. Yes. The one and only.
I know.
God, he's so good. Oh,
He's my
love.
brother got to see him in Vegas like a year or two ago, and he said he was
Oh,
fantastic. Yeah,
oh, I bet. I bet. Did he sing any Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
I believe he did. Yeah,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
regret it because we went. It was his 50th birthday, and we went to Vegas with him, but we didn't stay the entire week. So he saw Donnie later in the week.
Uh-huh.
I did get to see Wayne Newton, which was kind of a
Oh, you didn't get to see him.
bucket list. I didn't get to see
Oh,
Donnie.
okay.
My brother did.
Okay. Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I regret that we didn't stick around long enough to get.
Yeah, Donny Osmond. Well,
I was
you
like,
don't
if
know
you'd
when you're gonna
said you
see.
were going to that, I may have stayed
I would have
longer.
stayed. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Love Donny Osmond. But yes, I did sing that song and I did all of the different voices, or I
Oh, I
attempted
love that.
rather. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I like, they all I'm really gonna catch my breath. Say goodbye to those who knew me. Kinda really wish that I knew how to swim. Yeah, I did all of those voices, and right after the casting director, Jamie Sparrow Roberts, who was so amazing, was like, "Wow, uh, this was a great audition. I want to give you a callback, and you're gonna sing the song in the callback too. Just don't do different voices. Do all those parts yourself. Like, just don't do that part.
I
Just do
kind
it
of
as
want
yourself."
could you just come to my house and I'll play Disney movies with the sound off and you just sing the parts.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
really you
You do
just
it live while the
okay,
movie's.
cool. Yes, yes. So, my price is 15 an hour.
That seems
That
fair.
is, yeah, it's minimum wage.
I'm in.
Yeah, but commission if I start to dance. If I feel the urge to start dancing,
Yeah, yeah.
then
You deserve
it
a
is a
bonus if you're
bonus.
dancing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so cool. This is a
Were
nice
you
setup we've
were
got
you a
going on.
dancer growing up?
I definitely I've been taking dance since a very young age. I was
Yeah.
taking ballet. I was obsessed with ballet. I really wanted to be a ballerina, but definitely was like made to feel like because of body standards,
I know
it
it's
was a
kind of
hopeless
like,
dream.
if you go outside the country, outside the U.S.,
Mm,
and see ballerinas or a show,
hmm.
they come in all shapes and sizes.
They do,
They're
and
not
that's the
that
most fun to
super
watch.
skinny. I mean, Russian, yes, they're
Mm,
like the U.S., but most of the rest of the world, it's just whoever. If
yes.
they're a good dancer, they're a good dancer.
And how wonderful to watch different kinds of bodies do the same things
Yeah.
on stage. Like that's what's so beautiful about it. I really enjoyed ballet for like the structure it gave, and even now I feel like I have generally pretty good posture because of how much ballet I did.
Maybe I should have taken ballet.
Well, now I just do yoga. But I also would obsessively like go to musical theater, like jazz classes, because I was convinced I was like, if I don't know how to dance like, Broadway style, I'm never going to be on Broadway. And I just was trying to
You got to
force
get the
myself
you got to
to
get the hand
the jazz
movement.
hands. Yes, I was practicing those 3 times a week,
Yeah.
and
You can get
yeah.
carpal tunnel doing that. You got to
Oh,
practice.
I know. It requires technique. Yes. So I would definitely call myself I'm very good at freestyle dancing, and yeah, and I can pick up a choreo or two.
See, what if we start a YouTube channel? And
Wow,
I
so many
I've got
entrepreneurial
all the ideas. None of them are
ideas.
good, but I'm throwing
Mm,
them out there. We'll start a
mm.
YouTube channel, and it'll be you and me having dance offs.
Okay.
But I'm telling you right now, I'm like the world's worst dancer.
Okay,
So
so then it's gonna make me look really good.
it's gonna make you look really good, but the channel's gonna do amazing because it's gonna be hilarious.
Okay, just because it's gonna be
Yeah.
hilarious. I
Because
think people are gonna want to watch
I'm not
you.
gonna play it like I'm embarrassed that I'm the world's worst dancer. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
own it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Just
just
like
gonna
you
go like I'm the
and own
best
your
thing ever.
sensitivity. Yes. You own your sensitivity. You
That's it.
own,
I'm
yes.
out there.
We should have played DDR as well. Have you played DDR?
What is DDR?
Dance Dance Revolution?
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yes.
I have played that. I'm terrible
Love
at it.
that. Well, yeah, I would love to play
The
you. It's very
worst.
gratifying when I beat people in that
Oh
game.
yeah. If you ever need a lift, come
A
to the house.
lift.
We'll
Sweet.
play.
Sweet.
I'm feeling kind of down. Can
You
we
always know what to
put
say. I'm feeling
DDR?
kind of down. Can I come beat you in DDR?
Like, okay.
Everyone's got their things.
But
That's
I
a
see
healthier
I'm
coping
competitive
mechanism
though,
than
so I'll
most.
be putting in some effort. I
By
just
all means, yes,
terrible.
get your exercise in.
I we had break dancing at the Olympics, right? Well, when in the early 80s, I was a teenager and breaking came out, and I loved the parachute pants. Fell in love with the parachute pants. So I
Mm,
bought like a different color parachute pants for every day of the week. I wore them
mm,
all the time. But
mm.
I was terrified that I would be wearing these and people would come up to me and like challenge me to a dance off. And I couldn't dance. I couldn't dance. So people would be walking toward me probably just to say hello. And I'd turn around and go the other way.
You're like, oh,
I
not with
like,
these
oh,
pants on.
yeah. But
I know
I
what you're
kept wearing them.
thinking.
Yeah. You're thinking I can throw down. I cannot.
You think I can throw down, sir? I cannot.
I cannot.
Yeah, just because I look so cool and chic and stylish does not mean I can do what you think I can.
Although
Yeah, me
the
me
thought
to
of
everyone when I'm walking the streets of New York.
the
Ugh.
thought of somebody like coming up and doing doing the moves and stuff, and then like I just stop like I'm getting ready to make some move and just take off running. That's kind of funny to me.
I feel it really sounds like you've thought of all of these things beforehand.
Yes.
All of these scenarios. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot
You
going
spent some
on up here,
time. Yes, I can tell. It's
you know?
it's been a pleasure getting to know it.
I've talked to a lot of people on this podcast. I don't know that any of them have said it's been a pleasure to get to know it. Talking
Yeah.
about the nonsense that goes on in my head.
I love a bit of nonsense.
There's nothing wrong
It's
with
it's
nonsense.
the spice of life. Truly.
You're in New York. Give me a underrated play to go see.
An underrated play. Um, I I
Improv
just
superhero?
saw improv superhero. You know, right now there is Sunset Boulevard going
Yeah.
on with Nicole Scherzinger
Really? She's doing that one?
from the Pussycat Dolls.
Mhm.
Yes.
I love her voice.
Yes, she's a brilliant singer, and I don't know if it's underrated, but I am wondering, because I've seen some clips and like, I mean, I'm hearing my
I
friends who
bet the
have gone.
dancing's amazing.
Yeah, oh, God, yes, it just looks so intense. Uh, I'm like, what did I actually recently saw three shows on the West End
Really?
that were really wonderful. Yeah, and because I was in London, so that's the most recent theater I've seen, and I feel like something that I saw that feels underrated is this musical called Why Am I So Single? And it was absolutely hilarious. I have not laughed that hard in ages.
Yeah, that
It's
sounds
by
pretty
the
good.
writers. It's by the writers of Six the Musical.
Oh,
And honestly, I want to be in it if it comes to Broadway in America. So put me
okay.
on
Well,
it.
yeah, let me know. If you get in it, I'll come watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm committing to going to New York to come.
Yeah, you
I've already
really,
established I will travel
you will
for
travel.
friends.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you have.
There's a limit to how far I'll go. I will not go out in 110-degree heat.
Yeah, no, 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 none of that. Would never ask that of you.
None of that.
Boundaries. Good.
But I will travel to a show if you're in it.
Okay,
I'm there.
good to know.
Mark it down.
I'll
You're
let you
gonna be
know.
one day. You'll be looking out there and you'll be like, oh, he didn't come, and then I'll show up
And
because
then you'll show
I'm always late.
up. Childhood friend.
Hey, here's childhood friend.
Exactly.
I feel like if I say it enough, that at some point it's going to happen.
It will.
It's going to become a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The closest I
Yes.
came, I got a shirt that says childhood friend established 1975 because that's when
Mm,
we became friends. And I
mm.
wore that to a convention. And by the end, I was there the whole weekend. By the end of the convention, people were yelling childhood friend when they saw me in my shirt. They
I
didn't
love
know me,
that.
but they're yelling it. And it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I bet. Feeling like a celebrity. Oh
I
yeah,
felt
little
pretty
taste of
good.
fame.
I was like,
Nice.
no autographs. That's
Yeah,
yes, it
stand
was
back.
haunted. It was not, but it was.
A great story.
Jess, thank you for taking a little bit of time to talk nonsense
Oh,
with
of
me. I
course.
appreciate it.
I love talking nonsense. Thanks for having me.
Well, I hope you'll come back. When the next big role comes out, I hope you'll come back.
To West Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm actively seeking out to film in West Virginia.
It seems like, maybe Encanto 2 or
In West
the live
Virginia?
action version, maybe. They
Yeah,
could.
yeah. The Madrigals take a family vacation to West Virginia. So a bunch of rowdy Colombians with
I would watch that.
yeah, mentally just
Two cultures collide.
anxious. Yeah, two cultures collide. That's a great premise. Yes, that is so true. A super emotional family of Colombians just chilling in. I think actually that probably does exist uh like way more than we realize.
Oh, I meant to ask you because I love eating. I'm an eater. Love it. Give me a good Colombian dish. Because
Mm,
like if I'm in a situation where I can order Colombian food, what am I ordering? What do I want?
Well, I'm not personally Colombian. I am Cuban, but
Oh, that's even better. Because I do love
yeah,
Cuban food.
yeah. I feel like I could definitely give you a good
Give me
Cuban
a
food
good Cuban food.
rec. Well, I mean, my favorite dish, if you're ever at a Cuban restaurant, I think the safest thing to try and is often very remarkable is vaca frita, which is literally just translates to fried cow. It's like fried shredded steak. Either that It's like made with onions, so it's just like fried, like shredded steak and onions.
You had me at cow.
Yeah, moo. That.
I went to eat at a Cuban restaurant just outside of Cincinnati, which
Mm,
surprised me that there was,
mm.
and it was excellent.
Yeah,
And of
wow.
course, I've eaten at some down in Miami, which is pretty good.
It doesn't get better than Miami.
No, it's pretty good. You know, it's they put the sugar cane down into the rum and coke, kind of like that.
Yes. Oh, love that.
You know, that to me, that's authentic. That's Cuban.
It is. It is the literal sugar cane. They waste no time.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So before I let you go, is there anything else that you're working on that we can keep an eye out for?
Well, I've been doing a lot of theater these days, which has been really wonderful. I'd say the
Yeah.
thing to be on the lookout for is now 15 Love is available in the US. It became available, I believe, like a month ago.
Yeah, it's
Um,
recent,
so
right? It just
yeah,
came out.
yeah, it's on the Sundance Channel and
I love the
um
Sundance Channel. Good stuff on there.
yeah, 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 stuff like that. And I think it's on Prime Video too. But I think only like the first episode is free or something. I don't know, you have to like buy something.
So, oh yeah,
So,
that's. I think you're right. I think you can get the first one, but then you.
yeah, yeah, certainly the
That's how
first
they
one.
get you.
But yeah, that's how they get you. But I promise it's worthwhile. And I'm working on a couple voiceover projects right now
Yeah.
that I am excited
Do
to
you
come out.
prefer to the live acting or the voice work?
I love it all. I
Yeah,
really have no
they're
preference,
both
but
pretty cool.
yes, yeah, they really allow different parts of myself to come out.
Yeah,
Um, but I really do love them both deeply. And yeah, I'd say that. And right now I'm working on some writing and doing a lot of classes and stuff.
I
So
love that you're writing. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
What about music? Are any plans to release any music?
Well, I have been making music very casually.
Yeah,
But yeah, I no plans to release any music.
mm,
I feel like I'm very much in a writing phase right now. Like I think my own practice in script writing is also influencing my songwriting and just cultivating my voice as an
yeah,
artist musically as well. Because like I do love to sing, but I truly wouldn't know where to start in terms of like pursuing like a career in singing. It's more like if it's a opportunity that involves
yeah.
it, uh, that's wonderful. But
Perhaps
yeah,
a remake of Country Roads.
well, yes, I think I should definitely do a cover of that. Yes, amazing. It was so freaking wonderful chatting with you, Michael. Thank you.
Yes,
Oh
thank you
gosh,
for
so much
the
for
time.
having me.
Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram for
Yeah,
sure at Jess Darrow. Um,
no TikTok.
and you can find me on TikTok too.
Are you
I'm
dancing on TikTok?
I am. I'm
Okay,
definitely dancing to JoJo Siwa. So if
okay,
you guys would like to see some JoJo Siwa dance moves,
there you go.
yeah, check
Done.
out my TikTok. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah. I
just
know.
hold on
We
one
know what
second.
you're gonna be doing tonight.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Looking
my
out for
night's full now.
you.
You're going to be searching for this show that has some guy named Childhood Friend in it.
Yes,
I
I
didn't give you
am.
the name, so you got some work to do.
Okay. Oh, I do love a challenge.
I
I
mean, you could
bet.
go to IMDb, I guess, and check.
Oh, I'm typing in childhood friend on IMDb.
Childhood Friend popped up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Jess, hold on one second. I hope you enjoyed that one, Jessica Darrow. She was very patient with me, put up with a lot of shenanigans. I really, really enjoyed talking to her. Unbelievable voice. Surface Pressure. I said that I'll Make a Man Out of You is my favorite Disney song, which is true. Surface Pressure is probably second. That she does an amazing job with it, and it is a very inspirational, uplifting song. So loved talking with her. Can't wait till she sees the grandkids singing that one. I think she'll enjoy that. I think we touched on everything. She played Taylor in Following Hannah Stone. I should have mentioned that one and didn't, but I think we touched on everything else. I have a feeling that we're going to start seeing Jessica in a ton of stuff. Talented actress. She can sing, she can dance, great personality. I think she's just starting to scratch the surface of what she's actually going to become as an actress. Excited to see that. And it sounds like she's going to be writing. Who knows? Maybe she gets behind the camera at some point as well. Hopefully we get to have her back on. This was a lot of fun. I talked a little bit. We were talking about laughing and the fact that I love to laugh. I spend a lot of time watching stuff that I know is going to make me laugh. Those of you that watch the show know, I was recently diagnosed with Parkinson's, which sucks. That sucks. But one thing that really helps with the symptoms is laughing. So when I'm laughing and I get tickled and that stuff, I feel good. I feel good. Doesn't last long enough. That's the problem. So I take some medicines that are helping with the endorphin side of that to kind of keep me feeling good. But when I feel the best is just when I'm happy on my own. Thank you guys for tuning in again this week. Definitely don't take that for granted. There's 15 million podcasts out there. The fact that you're here is it's humbling. I really appreciate that. If you happen to be finding us for the first time, thrilled that you're here and would love to have your support. There's a couple easy ways you can do it. They're free. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Please subscribe. Doesn't cost you a dime. Really helps us out. I would put our guest list up against any other talk show, podcast, anybody. I think we've been so blessed with our guests. And one of the reasons that we're able to get so many good ones is because of those subscriptions. So please help us out that way and subscribe. Our website's meistercon.com. Currently, we have 853 episodes, both audio and video versions. So please check those out. We tend to put out about 4 a week. Been doing this, be 6 years this coming January. So we're pretty high volume. So there's tons of guests, of episodes that I know you'll love. So please check those out, meistercon.com. It'll also let you know if we're doing something in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering a convention, whatever we have going on, be on the website, meistercon.com. And the last one I'll mention, IMDb, which is the entertainment database, imdb.com, recently named us a top 100 podcast. And I mentioned 15 million podcasts out there. To make somebody's top 100 list pretty special. We came in at number 82. I was pretty happy with that, considering that about half of what was ahead of us was either Disney or Marvel. So I feel pretty good about it. But if you go to imdb.com, put in the Two Opinionated podcast, it'll bring up our page. Just that traffic helps us out. The looking at the page is free. It'll also list, the close to 1,000 guests that we've had on the show. You'll get to see all of those on there, imdb.com, Two Opinionated podcast. Thank you guys so much. Till next time. Bye, everybody.